Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jace. Welcome to my new office. I've been hard at work repainting this room and really just kind of redoing it. So it's a little barren right now, but I am working on adding a lot more decorations and showcasing all the sneakers I have. So please do look forward to that. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. So today I want to talk about how earlier this year we got the Dunk versus AF1 collab from Undefeated. And if you guys don't know about the Canteen colorway, it was an homage to the 2001 Inside Out collaboration. So this could be seen as kind of collab part 2. Now, in addition to this Canteen drop, which I'll be showing a bunch of B-roll while I talk about all these different drops, we saw 2 other colorways. We saw this blue Snakeskin, and we also recently saw the black and icy colorway of these 2 dunks as well. So I want to cover the design, the materials, and the colors, and also the resale predictions for each of these, as well as giving you kind of an overview of the Canteen dunks if you guys don't have it. And as a reminder, if you're returning, welcome back and thank you for all the support. If you're new, my name is Jace. I pretty much drop any kind of content you can name about sneakers on this channel. So if you like any of the content today, please do consider subscribing. Thank you very much and like the video. Kicking things off, I want to talk about the Canteen dunks. I want to start off by talking about the design. As I said earlier, it pays homage to the design of the AF1 Inside Out collab back from 2006. If you look those up, they have the exact same design, which is kind of cool now that we're seeing the kind of companion to those AF1s. The color, as you may or may not already know, is this twill brown patterning all over the sneaker. It's got different shades of brown that are offset with a lemon colored swoosh, and it gives it a real old school feeling with these patternings, making it feel like it's a shoe straight out of the 70s or something. And the materials, as I said, this is a $120 dunk, meaning that this is $20 more, and that premium is reflected in the materials. You're going to be seeing that nice smooth leather in the back, lots of woven canvas on the lateral medial sides, as well as the toe box, vamp, and eye stay panels. Many of these areas are reinforced with additional stitched leather that gives it a higher quality look than most dunks, and it's finished off with riveted eyelets that ensure durability of the laces and the lace holes. Now moving on to the new unreleased colorways, we're going to be talking about the blue Snakeskin first. The overall design, in my opinion, is a very eclectic use of materials and colors that really make this shoe kind of skate that fine line between wearability and kind of more of an art piece that looks a bit ridiculous. Now the colors, it's going to be a royal blue that's primarily used, that's accented by what I'm calling like an ultraviolet purple, which gives it some nice contrast. You've got that ever trendy aged yellow upper section of the outsole to please all of the new age sneakerheads that like that aged look. And in terms of materials, this is definitely where this specific colorway shines, because you are going to be seeing that crazy snakeskin that isn't used too often on Nike sneakers on the vamp and the eye stay panels. It's got a pretty crazy diamond pattern with marbled undertones on those sections. And then you're also going to be seeing relatively textureless leather on the upper, and surprisingly the tongue, you're going to be seeing kind of some off-white details with that exposed foam. And finally you have some lightly napped suede for the swoosh as an accent. Now, next up, we're getting to the most recent one, which is what I'm calling the black with icy sole colorway. The overall design, in my opinion, is slightly boring, but at first glance anyways, but it does feature a few cool details that spice up this monochromatic sneaker. So for the colors, all black upper, icy blue outsole, nothing else to really speak of, to be honest, super low key. The materials, this is where all the subtleties lie. The upper section is a combination of suede, hemp, and woven polyester nylon. The medial and lateral panels feature perforations that really remind me of older style dunks. In fact, my first pair of dunks I ever had were the Abominable Snowmans. They were in the red, gray, black colorway that also featured perforated medial and lateral panels. The different materials, grains travel in different directions, and as a result, when you're looking at this shoe as a whole, you do see the light refracting in different directions, and that gives this sneaker a lot more movement than at first glance. And the swoosh is pretty cool too, because it uses this very coarsely woven fiber that has a very elongated grain that gives the swoosh additional movement. Now, moving on to the price tag and resell predictions. As I've already said, pretty sure all three pairs are going to be going for $120 if the Canteens are any clue. Now, starting with the Canteens, pre-sale was right around $300. Current resale is $190 to $220 depending on the size. So honestly, resale isn't amazing, but it isn't too bad. I know some people on the inside that have told me that Undefeated made a lot of these. And if you watched my video about the Air Max 97s, you'd know that Alex Bruzzi, he is the chief business officer at Undefeated. He has stated that he is a huge sneakerhead that believes in wearing and destroying your sneakers, and they are not made to be for collecting. And one of their initiatives was definitely to make a lot of stock of those sneakers. So I can't really see the resale levels of these going up much more than they already currently are, unless there are outside influences like let's say Travis Scott wears them or something, which is not likely. Now moving on to the Snakeskins, these are a little more interesting. Pre-sale is currently $500 to $600, and I would say the pre-sale is quite accurate because there is a good amount of backdoor pairs that are moving around in circulation right now. And this represents roughly 2x what the Canteens were pre-sale at $300. So when these do get a more regular release, I'm expecting them to drop quite a bit as usual, but not to Canteen levels. So I'm gonna say $250 to $300, maybe even $350. There is a good chance that Undefeated is going to continue the trend of making their shoes more readily available. It is true that Undefeated used to be a very exclusive company, but they have since moved away from that business model, and a lot of their items are more in fact accessible than what people may think, if you have been following Undefeated for a while like I have. Now, the final colorway is going to be the black and icy. There are absolutely no sales right now. If you look on StockX, Go, etc., it's barely even listed. There is just the name. There isn't even photos. But I will say that I truly believe that if you're going to invest in any of these three pairs, I think these black and icy colorway pairs would be the best. And I'm going off of similar colorway pairs of dunks like the Space Jams. Those are going for around $300. But in my opinion, the patent leather actually kind of ruins it and brings the price down a little more. And these are kind of the successors to those in my opinion. Even though it's different, they look very similar. The icy sole, the whole black upper. I think these are easily going to be reselling for $300 to $400 just because of the wearability. They're gonna be very popular. I think that. Anyways, final thoughts. I love that the regular dunk silhouette is getting more unique love, especially from the Undefeated team. It isn't super common to see dunks with unique materials and colorways because those types of details are usually reserved for SB dunk lines. So in terms of my favorites, I think for me I have to give the edge to the black icy colorway, as I said, for the wearability of the sneaker. I love simplicity. I'm not a super loud guy. I like subtle details. The more they look, the more they discover. Now, the Canteen pair, which I do own, the combination of patterning and the different finishes and color blocking make the shoe honestly a little too loud for me, and it's not really the type of colors that I typically wear anyways, so it's a little hard for me to like those. Now, the Snakeskin pair is equally loud, but I'm a little biased because I love blue, as you can see from my sneaker wall. And I've always talked about these, but my Chun-Li dunks, probably some of my favorite dunks of all time, if not my favorite pair. The materials are a little more exotic as well, so I'm biased towards that. And the ultraviolet secondary color is also very nice in my opinion and different. So anyways, that's pretty much the video. So which pair is your favorite out of three? Let me know below. Once again, it's Jace, not your typical sneakerhead. I have a passion about talking about sneakers in relation to finance, investing, and design. I drop new videos every Thursday. So please make sure you stay tuned, and if you haven't already done so, please like, subscribe, and ring that bell notification so you are updated with my latest drops. Thanks so much. Have a great day.